Wow. What's the time and date stamp here? Is that like 9:40 something? Monday, 2027, July month, 13th day. And we're just waiting for the end in the Matrix for their live 10 o'clock PST program. Actually, I'm not waiting for it. It just happens to be waiting for me. I wasn't even thinking about it, actually. Thinking upon it. There's a difference between upon, once upon a time, and about, knock you out. Change your words, change your world, and it's not even yours. I just got done sending Jennifer LaFontaine a wonderful YouTube comment. Basically, I told her, I says, hey, I said, wearing clothes is a mask too, you know, and it's just as tantamount to the invisible societal expectation masks that most of us put on every time we walk outside the door to go out on the seas. And don't forget your TV commercials. Love is like oxygen, do-do-do. You get too much, you get too high. Just enough and you're gonna fly. Love gets you high. That's a band called Sweet. A song called Love is Like Oxygen. Anyway, I'm just in the mood to create a video now that I've finished, you know, thumping around YouTube, looking at all the subscriptions, and really nothing new going on in the world. It's been the same old shit here the past month. Oh, except for the WayFair information, but we already knew the pedophiles existed anyway, so it ain't really new. You just learned that they're how they're selling some of the kids. You learn one of the small little details of how they're selling the kids. That's just one of the small details. But most everybody is like, I hope this small detail goes viral so all the rest of the world wakes up and our Savior will save us. Do you know that your idea is also your Savior? And that's a form of jurisdiction? That's this brand new spur of the moment right there. Revelation. Your idea can be your Savior? I hope this information goes viral so the whole world wakes up and then we'll save everyone. We'll save our society. That's a wonderful revelation now, isn't it? Isn't that a wonderful revelation? Our story can act as our Savior. Lest we write up an affidavit with pink ink and paper and save ourselves. You think Winston Shrout has a point? And it's not Winston's point. Winston's just passing information that's been around since fucking King Henry VIII introduced the affidavit process publicly. And that was just publicly. And who knows who introduced it publicly before King Henry VIII. There could have been some Atlantis town 5 trillion years ago that introduced the affidavit publicly. And then someone came along and fucking buried it underground with a pile higher and deeper at the university school so no one would ever know about it anymore, right? Of course, that's all just a story. Even the affidavit story is just a story. Everything's a fucking story. I think maybe we need to live a life having no stories. But how fun a story is. Don't you love having stories? Telling stories? Everyone got a story to tell. You wake up in the morning, God, man, I had the fucking worst nightmare of a dream. Or you wake up, God, I had the best dream and my ting-a-ling tanger is just standing on straight up in the air. Everyone's got a story. They just love telling stories for some reason. Isn't that right? I mean, even if you just say hi to someone, you get up out of a night's stupor or sleep. You wake out of bed, there's a dog on the ground, or a cat on the ground, or a bird in the cage, or maybe there's a human in the house, and you say, "Good morning." "Good morning." "Please give me some coffee. I need to get some coffee." "Good morning." Just the fact that you opened up your mouth and said something and made a sound, you could have just as well said, "Mmm." Isn't that a story too? The reason I say that is because there's some intention behind it. Isn't there some, you know, it might be hidden intention too. Though you think it's hidden, I mean, for those of us that understand vibration, you could just look at someone and not say anything, look into their eyes, and there's a story right there. They're saying something with their look, aren't they? So, you know, unless, of course, maybe we're just looking at a dead corpse, right? And then aren't they still telling a story? "Help! I want out of here! Help!" But now they're crying out for a savior. If they're asking you for help, they're wanting you to be their savior. When actually, you know, hell, maybe they could save themselves. "Help! I'm caught in this dead body. Help!" Well, see if you can wiggle around, get yourself out. Now, let me see if I can gasp for air. And then start singing the song. "Love is like oxygen." You get too much, you get too high. Open up your mouth and cry. I mean, what if your lips were sewed together and your nostrils were sewed together? You could probably morph yourself and start breathing through the other holes in your body. Quite possibly, you never know. Did you know that the skin on the body is the largest breathable organ? Did you know that? Of course, it's just a story, don't believe me. That's why they say if you spray paint your body, your body won't be able to breathe anymore and you'll suffocate. Did you know that? You didn't know that? There's a story in the news a long time ago that said someone spray painted their body. It was for a TV commercial. They spray painted someone silver and the dude fucking died. Then they found out later that the doctor said, "Oh, you just spray painted all his pores. He wasn't getting enough oxygen." Did you know that? Of course, don't believe me. It's just a story. Anyone could have said that. Anyone could have made it up. There's a news flash on the news. You're watching TV. News flash. Someone crashed at intersection such and such, and there's ambulance there, and we have a dead report and all that. And I mean, that's what the media has been doing for years. They're in on it with the police, with the ambulances, with the doctors, with people in town, and they're all fucking wonderful actors. And they're going around telling a bunch of stories to everyone, and then they walk through the town, they hear everybody talking about it. "Yeah, such and such died, and they think to themselves, "God, we could tell these fuckers anything and they'll believe it. Hey, let's write up another statute and ordinance down here at the county and just pass it out through the media, and then they'll all fucking believe us." "You must wear a fucking mask or else." Oh, you see what I'm saying? You see how gullible people are? You tell them anything and they'll believe it. Except for in today's time, I think we're starting to wake up to the storytellers. Are you getting it? You think we're starting to wake up? That could just be a story too. Maybe just some of us are waking up, and maybe the rest need to stay asleep for a couple million more years. Maybe just some of us are waking up, and that's all that's needed, just some of us. Who knows? That's a story too. It's a wonderful idea to phantom, so that way you don't have to think that you got to go out and save all the world. "Oh, I've got an idea. Let me put this on the YouTube and this, and let me tell this, and I hope it goes viral so everybody wakes up and we'll all be saved." See what I'm saying? Maybe they don't need to be saved. Maybe you just need to save yourself. Maybe that's all you need. Could be. Another story, huh? Yeah, but I live under the rules of society. If I don't help change society, then I'll never be able to get out of my shell either. Could be. If you want to believe that, have at it. You'll have a society based on all that idea all the time that you want, for as long as you want. Of course, that's just a story, though. I mean, it could be. Maybe it's a half and half thing. Maybe it's a half true story. Could it be half true? It could be. Could be. Could be half true. It could be half true. It could be half of a truth, just like there's half of an energy. There's a negative energy and there's a positive energy. There's a yin energy, there's a yang energy. There's a positive to the battery cable and the negative to the battery cable. Of course, the battery could be a story, because that could be old technology. Maybe there's only one energy, or maybe there's 5 connections to energy. There are 5 senses in the body: hearing, taste, touch, smell, and whatever all those are. Yeah. Could we be living another fucking lie story with all this battery shit, yin and yang, negative and positive shit, and there's actually 5 connections? Maybe there's 4: fire, earth, air, and water. And the 5th one, outer space. Ooh, is that getting you to think? Maybe all this is just a fucking hologram. Did you ever think that? Is there something after death? Maybe we have to die. Maybe we don't have to die. Who knows? Maybe we get to have the choice of what we want, instead of what someone else says that should happen for us. Who knows? It's all just a story. Things to consider, though, isn't it? Oh. Wow. I gotta tell you, man, every time I start opening up this mouth with this camera, I mean, all kinds of shit just starts to flow, man. All kinds of shit. But anyway, at least the daughter's shining today and the sky's blue. I mean, God, man, where would I be without this hot daughter? That is one hell of a hot daughter. Wouldn't you love to, if you're a male, wouldn't you love to meet a hot daughter eventually someday? I mean, how hotter, it doesn't get no hotter than that daughter up there in that blue sky up there. That is one sexy mama up there. Woo! Look at the tits on her. Jesus Christ, I can't even see him. She's so bright. She's so fucking hot. She's fucking surrounded in fucking light. She's so fucking hot. She's glowing like a fucking god. She's so motherfucking hot. Jesus Christ. Wouldn't you like to dong that chick up there? Fuck, man, I bet she'd be the best dong in the world, wouldn't she? Woo! And imagine the children created if you mated with that daughter up there. Jesus Christ. If you could only fly up there and get at her. Woo! Maybe she'll come down to you. See if you can talk her into it. Hey, come on down here. Hot girl. Of course, if you're gay, though, that's a son, isn't it? Come on down, brother. Come suck my dictionary. Oh, God, bend over so I can put my dictionary in you. Right? What's a dictionary? It's a book of rules and regulations, statutes, code, and ordinances that's going to tell you how you should live your life. When you really look at it and examine it, of course, it's just a story, isn't it? Who knows? Of course, if you're a female, if that's a son, oh my God, you're going to go want to mate with the son, though. Unless, of course, you're self-sufficient and you could be like the Hollywood movie, The Enemy Mine. Grow yourself a dick and a pussy and a womb and self-impregnate yourself with your finger. Just put it in your belly button, go in and out. Or up your nose, pick your nose for a while until something shoots off the end of your finger. Could be, you never know. All kind of things. Do you know that there's certain plants that are, what do they call them? Morphodextrous or something like that. They're both male and female. Do you know that a plant has the same DNA characteristics as the DNA in the blood? Of course, that's all just a story. Some scientists could have made that up, couldn't they? You don't know unless you get a microscope and you look at it for yourself now, don't you? And even if you use a microscope, how do you know that that microscope is not somehow rigged through the extraterrestrial universal system as old technology to convince you that the DNA is the same? You don't really know now, do you? Maybe you know. Who knows? That's all I'm saying is maybe, you know, God, man, isn't life full of stories? Isn't it fun to tell stories? Isn't it fun to sing? Get up in the morning, sing in the shower, go in the shower, you know, have a good old time. Isn't it fun just to barbecue a chicken every now and then? Just go out in the field and just fucking murder the little fucker. Pull all his feathers out and then burn it up on a flame, just eat the fuck out of it. Isn't that fun? Jesus Christ. God. What such fun, man. God, it's just fucking, you eat it, you taste it, and put barbecue sauce on it. God, and then you shit it out. Even shitting is a good feeling. God, what a feeling it is to shit. Feels fucking good, doesn't it? All kind of shit going on in the world, isn't there? All kind of feelings to enjoy. And then there's bad feelings too. Oh, I'm sad. Oh, someone just stabbed me with a knife. God, it doesn't feel good. But then 20 years later, you say to yourself, you go on stage and tell everybody, if it wasn't for that motherfucker stabbing me with a knife, I would never become the great person I am today. So actually, a bad feeling turned into a good feeling. Only took 20 years to get there, though. Isn't that called morphing into something? Isn't this bad situation, the societal situation we're in, couldn't this be just a terrible knife wound that we're going through? And we're waiting 20 years to morph into the next societal system? Could be, what if? Maybe the 20 years is up and we're finally here. Ooh, damn. Who knows? It's all just a story. Do you know that you have power to manifest your story or to bring your story into existence? Let me give you an example. You have a dream to put bricks together and build a shelter from this cold-ass weather, wintry season. Didn't you manifest your story and build a house? Without a bill, though, now. Or you want a bill with your house? Cool. Tax collector will come, send you a bill. What if you want a house without a bill? What if you want, instead of build a house, you want to create a house? Why is everyone going around town saying, let's build a house? Aren't they perpetuating the bill tax system without even consciously knowing it? Because the dictionary has convinced them that build a house is just to build a house. And you look at that and you say, God, man, what a nice house that I build. They didn't even realize they're calling on some universal power to send them a bill for their build house because they're stuck in a Webster's dictionary definition of what build is. They don't even know it. That's what you call it. Of course, that's just a story too. But the fact is, you built a house, didn't you? You at least, you created something or where the hell it is. In other words, you put an idea that you had in your mind together, and look, now you got it. Well, couldn't you put another idea in your mind, such as live forever? Live however you want? Not to be under someone else's jurisdiction and rule? Can't you build that too and create it? With or without a tax bill? I would think so. That's off in the future, 10,000 million years from now. I guess for you it is, isn't it? I guess for you it is, huh? Just like for you it is, you built your house. For you, you created your house. There's some people out there don't know fuck squat about how to build a house. They don't. Though they dream about it. One day I hope to build a house. And if they don't know how to build one, they'll go ask a savior. Religious savior, please come. Send someone to help me build this house. Here comes the savior, the savior hero. Dun, 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 I'm Trump for president, or I'm Obama for president, I'm Bush for president, I'm such and such for president. I'll help you build your house. Dun, dun, dun. See, you say you don't know how to build your life? Let me build one for you. By the way, suck my dictionary first. Ah, thanks. Now, come on into the fold. See what I'm saying? Could be what if, huh? Have you ever thought about these things? Or upon these things? If you think about them, now you're going to be in a boxing match. And the next bout we have in this corner. But if you think upon it, you might be a pawn in a chessboard. But if you use a different word, maybe if you just make up a whole new language and just say, maybe that bypasses all the shit. Imagine if you just kept doing that everywhere, you know, how strong you'd get in that energy. Instead of using all this fuck energy out here. And self-express who you are. Instead of what someone else has built out here. That you think you got to be a part of. Ooh, another story, huh? Whoa, maybe you want to create a language and just go something like this. There are Catholic monks that just sit around and do this all day. But all I see most of them happening is creating is a pedophile world. They got children all over their dictionaries. So you might want to add a couple extra notes to it, like, love is like oxygen, and breathe. See what I'm saying? Anyway, we're 21 minutes into the video. Let's wait for the 22 minute mark. That might be the catch 22 right here. Ready? Now you want NASA blast off? Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't buy anything.